Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Pixie Love. You guys can call me Pixie. And let me tell you, I think we have some bangers today for these TikToks. I found some good ones. We have a very special guest in today's video. It's a little preschool teacher girl, the one I don't like, the one I don't mess with. I picked out a few from her on purpose. I wanted her to be a star of the show. But anyway, let's get into it. Also, real quick, before we get into this, go watch my video from yesterday. Like, it's short, but like, it's a little peek into my real life. It's a hilariously horrible story that I had to deal with yesterday. So if you guys want a little bit of amusement, if you want to, laugh to keep from crying like I had to do all day yesterday. Okay, so the person says, it seems like the body positive community is only exclusive to those who are fat only. Love yourself by all means. Yes, it does seem like that. Now, I haven't watched this whole thing, but I did listen to like the first thing she has to say, and I already have a rebuttal for her, so let's watch this. And also, this is the freaking preschool teacher, the catch a bubble in your mouth. If you watch some of my old TikToks, you know who she is. You know I can't stand her, but I wanted to do a couple of videos. I couldn't find any of the adult preschool lessons that she does. Good. She's not as condescending in these, but she's still quite annoying. Anyway, let's hear what she has to say, and let me prove her wrong.
Actually, the body positivity movement was created in the 1960s by fat black women.
Incorrect. The body positive community wasn't called the body positive community when it first started. It was actually called the fat rights movement that became the body positive movement. And the fat right movement was started by 3 white men. So this is from the website of the Center for Discovery Eating Disorder Treatments. Where did the fat acceptance movement start? Who started it? And how is it related to body positivity, health at every size, and intuitive eating anyway? I know I'm in the way, but let's just zoom. Origins of the fat acceptance movements. Started in the 1960s. There was fat-ins in the late 60s. This man right here, he did not like that, people weren't really nice to his wife because she was fat or something like that. So there was this guy and there was 2 other guys. Let's see. Yeah, this was also started by another man. Doesn't say anything about black fat women. Okay? So before you continue, I'm going to say this. Please stop trying to justify your movement by including the black community in it and making it seem like you're on the same level as racism and homophobia, because you're not. Okay? But I'll let you say what you think you're going to say, because you have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
It was created to fight against the dangerous discrimination that fat bodies face, particularly fat black femmes. So I feel like a guest in the body positivity movement myself. I'm a white woman who's a size 22. I have white privilege. That's massive, because fat phobia is rooted in racism.
Once again, no, it's not. And you saying that fat phobia is rooted in racism is racist within itself, because you just assume that black people are fatter. Black people aren't fatter. Are we thicker? Are we more curvier? Yes, we are. But at the same point, that doesn't mean that fat phobia is rooted in racism. That is not true. Cut it out. Go away.
That's just true. Look it up. Read. But as a size 22, I can comfortably fit in an airplane. I can fit in most chairs at a restaurant. I can find clothes that fit me. But discrimination I do face, and that fat people do face, that mid-sized people do not face, is that crash testing cars, medical studies, scientific research, dosing medications, fat people are left out of that research altogether. Not to mention, fat people will make less money annually than their thin counterparts of equal education and skill level. It's not just about loving your body. You need to think critically about this.
I can't argue about the last part, but I can argue about what I was talking about in the beginning. One, fat phobia is not rooted in racism, because that idea comes from the idea that black people are just fatter than white people. And that's not true. Do we have bigger butts? Yeah. Are we have curvier? Yeah. But weight-wise, we're roughly the same weight. Our body shape is just different. Okay? Not that all black people are fucking fatter than white people. That's some BS that y'all need to move away from that idea. Okay? And second of all, doses with medicines and stuff like that, they know how doses affect bigger bodies. That's why they need to weigh you when you go to your appointment, so they know what type of dose to give you. Like, certain medications just don't work on bigger people. Like, Plan B, if you're fat, Plan B most likely isn't working on you. So there's no point in even, I mean, you could try it. But Plan B, the doses for Plan Bs aren't effective enough for bigger bodies. It just doesn't work. And they understand that. Like, and I'm pretty sure they test bigger freaking test dummies in cars and stuff nowadays. Maybe not always, but I'm pretty sure they have bigger test dummies for those reasons as well. So I don't understand. But you also didn't say anything about this person. This person wasn't talking about, oh, you know, I'm a skinny person who loves myself, but I feel like I can't be a part of the body positive community because it's only for fat people. The way I took this comment was like, fat people kind of hijacked this community that was supposed to be about, you know, people with disabilities, people with scars, people with vitiligo, people with issues that they can't change about themselves. And yet now it's all fat people. And that's what the body positivity community is about. Not about people who have quote unquote unbeautiful bodies or whatever, like non-regular bodies, like bodies you don't see on a daily basis. That's what I remember the body positive movement being about, but it turned into this mess. So that's how I took the comment. But then again, we all have a perception and see things differently. I'm just saying I took that person's comment way differently. You took it as like, it's more than just loving yourself. Like, oh my God, dear skinny people.
Skinny people don't realize that fat phobia affects them too. Because guess what? Doctors will automatically assume you're healthy because you're skinny. And that's not the fucking case.
No. I know I have a lot of people in my comments who are skinny or healthy weights. Does your doctor just automatically assume there's nothing wrong with you whenever you come in, right? Like, no, that doesn't happen. And I know that doesn't happen. I know a lot of people where that just does not happen. They assume that their doctor thinks they're unhealthy because of their weight. No, your doctor doesn't think you're unhealthy because of your weight. Your doctor thinks that you're unhealthy because they can see your blood work. They can hear your heavy breathing. They can see that you're sore and tired when you're walking. Like, your doctors can see and hear the effects that your heavy body is having on you. That's why they think that you're unhealthy, not because you're fat. They can clearly see how the fat is affecting you, but you don't see those things.
Because people automatically assume skinny equals healthy and fat equals unhealthy. And guess what? It stems from fucking fat phobia. So if a skinny person gets medically neglected, it's because they're skinny, and we need to change the connotation of skinny equals healthy. And
no one thinks this, but you guys, you're the only one who assumes skinny equals healthy. You're the only one who assumes that. Doctors don't excuse that. And the reason why you think that is because when your doctors see you and you have an issue and your doctor's like, oh, you have to lose weight to resolve your issues, you're just like, oh, well, they don't think that there's anything wrong with me when they're telling you that your weight is the issue. That is the diagnosis, but that's not a good enough diagnosis for you. When a skinny person comes in with a very similar issue, well, they're like, well, the weight can't be causing the joint pain. Let's figure out what else is doing it. No one just assumes skinny people are healthy. You're the only one who assumes this.
That equals unhealthy. Until skinny people can acknowledge this, we're not fucking going anywhere in finding equality for fat people in the fat liberation movement. We're not.
What does fat people need to be liberated from? I really need to know, because like, what do you need to be liberated from? What is oppressing you? Besides yourself, what is oppressing you so much? Because you guys are the ones putting yourselves in these dark corners, in these dark boxes, in these freaking spaces yourselves, and then just assuming that the whole world is putting you there. No one is putting you in this space. You're putting yourself in this space. So what is oppressing you so hard that you need to be liberated from? Like, I really need to understand. All right, so this comment says, threaten. We simply don't want to be forced to find certain body types attractive. And I think this is referring to when, you know, she was saying that, oh, you know, if you're not attracted to fat people, then you're fat phobia and blah, 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 blah. And then this is her response to that. Because she was saying, oh, you're threatened by fat people. And they're like, no one's threatened by fat people.
Okay. Anyway, what do y'all think about this blue?
I love how she just, like, doesn't respond. Like, she has no argument for that. People just don't want to be forced to like someone that they don't like. No one wants that, okay? And second of all, I will answer your question. I actually love this blue. It looks really good with your skin tone, but, like, also it's a really cute color. Like, I'm obsessed with it. It's kind of cute. I like it very much. Okay, you guys. This one. This had me. I was over the moon. Oh, my God, you guys. I was like, are you kidding me? when I first, oh, I'm so mad. This is why I don't like when I have to find them myself, because you guys don't get my initial reaction to things. But oh my God. When I saw this, I was, ooh, okay, let's watch it. Oh my God. All right, so it says, you're all body positive until it comes to a skinny petite girl.
Not you all confusing body shaming with systemic fat phobia.
This poor soul, because this girl right here is not fat. And this girl did not just say systemic fat phobia. They are literally putting systemic fat phobia on the level with racism and homophobia. Once again, last time I heard someone talk about systemic fat phobia, I'm gonna ask you the same questions, okay? Where were the laws fucking oppressing fat people? Where were laws telling fat people that they had to go swim in a different pool than skinny people? Where were the laws telling fat people that they couldn't marry other fat people because they're not allowed to freaking love fat people because fat people or loving fat people is wrong? Where were the freaking pitchforks and the people burning fat people on stakes? And those are what systemic issues were, when people of color and homosexual people were being persecuted and putting laws in place to make their lives harder for just being themselves, when they weren't allowed to love who they were, when people are going out on the streets murdering people for being gay or being black. That was systemic racism and systemic homophobia. I have not seen a law in place that is, oh my God. Systemic fat phobia, are you, sweetie, I don't want to be that mad at you because you're a child and you have fallen into this hole of TikTok, but systemic fat phobia, really? Like, really? That's what we're at right now? Are you kidding me? You know what? Maybe I'm wrong, but I have not seen a black person talk about systemic fat phobia. It's always the fat activists on here. It's always the white activists on here talking about systemic fat phobia. But I don't think I've seen one of the black people talk about it. I could be wrong, but I really don't think so. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like down below. And in a little bit, there's gonna be 2 videos on the bottom of your screen. One is gonna be my most recent upload. Once again, please check that out. The other one is gonna be something that YouTube recommends to you. I suggest either one because they're bangers. Why? Because I made them and I'm a banger, okay? Also, in the center of the screen, you should see my little icon. Click on that if you want to subscribe to me, because I do videos Monday through Friday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.